Happens if a fish bone is stuck in your throat, and most often that happens in smuggler's fossa. What we call in anatomy is pyriform fossa. Welcome to One Question at a Time series. I am Dr. Monisha, and today a little bit about the larynx. And this is your thyroid cartilage, this is your hyoid bone, and this is your thyrohyoid membrane, and this is your cricoid cartilage, and this is your cricothyroid membrane. Okay, this is your posterior view, and here you can see the leaf-like epiglottis and the broad cricoid cartilage and the triangular arytenoid cartilage and the lamina of the thyroid cartilage, and here you can see the tip of the hyoid bone, and what we have in between is your thyrohyoid membrane, and between the arytenoid and the epiglottis we have the aryepiglottic fold. Between the aryepiglottic fold medially and the thyrohyoid membrane laterally, we have the pyriform fossa. So in the specimen, we can see the base dorsum of the tongue and the epiglottis and the lateral glossoepiglottic fold. And here we can see the triangular arytenoid cartilage and the aryepiglottic fold, and here we can see the thyrohyoid membrane. So between the aryepiglottic fold medially and the thyrohyoid membrane laterally and the lateral glossoepiglottic fold above, we have the pyriform fossa here, where more often a fish bone can get lodged and can cause symptoms. So above the vocal cord, the sensory innervation is by the internal laryngeal nerve, and below the vocal cord, sensory innervation is by the recurrent laryngeal nerve. So this is your vocal cord. Just remember, above the vocal cord is by the internal laryngeal nerve, and below the vocal cord it is by the recurrent laryngeal nerve. So in the region of pyriform fossa, what is the nerve supply? That is the question asked. That is your internal laryngeal nerve. So what happens if the internal laryngeal nerve is injured? The cough reflex is impaired, and so respiration is impaired, and it can give rise to choking. Okay, that should be treated as an emergency. So what we understand from this is that cough is a protective reflex. Thank you.